Hello everyone, today we learn about common base configuration. Without wasting any time, let's begin. Transistor is a three-terminal device and three terminals are base, emitter and collector. Because of this we have three transistor configuration. The first configuration is common base configuration, and the second configuration is common emitter configuration. The third and last configuration is common collector configuration. Out of these three, common emitter configuration is mostly used because of various advantages. In this lecture I will explain common base configuration. In common base configuration, base is common to input and output circuit. This is input circuit, this side is input and this side is output side. If you see the direction of emitter current in the transistor symbol, you will find this transistor in NPN transistor, in which this is emitter, this is collector and this is base. So is common the input circuit and the output circuit and is grounded, and it is grounded in common base configuration. I am calling this side input side and this side output side because weak signal is introduced on this side and we have amplified signal on this side, and this will happen only when the transistor operates in active mode. So there is amplification of weak signal in active mode. There are two junctions in transistor, junction J1 and junction J2 in active mode of operation. Junction J1 is forward biased and junction J2 is reverse biased. Junction J1 is the junction of diode EB junction, J1 is the junction of diode EB junction, J2 is the junction of diode BC. In junction of diode BC, we can consider transistor as two diodes connected back to back. So diode EB is forward biased and diode BC is reverse biased. In active mode, I will forward bias EB. Let's say this resistance is our emitter is N type material, base is P type material. So emitter is connected to the negative terminal and base is connected to the positive terminal, and I will call the forward bias potential. Now we'll reverse bias the diode BC. This resistance is RC, collected is N type material and base is P type material. So to reverse bias BC, collector is connected to the positive terminal and the base is connected to the negative terminal. I will call this reverse biasing potential VCC. If I compare diode and transistor, diode is a single port device and transistor is to poor device. In case of diode, we have simple VI characteristic. In case of diode, we have simple VI characteristic, but in case of two part device like transistor, we have input and output characteristic. In case of input characteristic, we have plot between the input current. The input current in this circuit is IE in the emitter current, and the input voltage is VB. And case of output characteristic, we have plot between output current is IC and output voltage is VCE. B also, the next thing is to find out direction of current, IE, IB and IC, and what is the voltage VBE, and this voltage we see beam from the symbol of transistor. You can see the direction of emitter current IE is like this, and the direction of base current IB is like this, and direction of character current IC is like this. If you don't know how we have obtained this direction, then please watch the previous lecture. I have explained how the have the direction in the transistor circuit. VBE VEE is this potential. If you neglect our like I didn't in previous presentation for the simplicity. Then you will have VBE equal to VEE. This is what we have in the same way. VCB is the potential difference across the base and the collector, and VCB is equal to VCC. If we neglect our sin, now there is one very important that thing that I want to explain. You cannot write VBE as VEB. If you follow the proper nomenclature, you cannot write VB as VEB, because B is at higher potential and E is at a lower potential. So B will become in the same way, if you see the collector, it is higher potential and base is at lower potential. So in representation C will come first and later will come B. So this is important thing. If you follow the proper nomenclature, you have this representation for input voltage and output voltage. I am not going to explain the input and output characteristic in this lecture. We will continue with them in the next lecture. In this lecture I will use KCI to obtain the relation between the emitter current and the base current and the collector current. We already know the Kirchhoff current law. The sum of entering current is equal to sum of leaving current in this circuit. You can clearly see IE is the leaving current and it is the only leaving current, so it is equal to IB plus IC, because they are entering current, IB plus IC. So this is the first equation that we have in the lecture, and it is very important. There is one more thing that you must keep in your mind. This equation is true for active mode of operation only. The next thing is the collector current. Collector current IC is equal to alpha times the IE plus ICO. This is the reverse saturations. Current I will rename the reverse saturation current. For the common base configuration, I will add B in the representation, or IC is equal to alpha times IE plus ICB ohm, where this B stands for common base configuration. The comparison between the emitter current IE and the reverse saturation current ICBO. This O stand for open circuit, because we measure this current when the emitter terminal is open. When we compare IE and ICBO, the emitter current is greater than the reverse saturation current, because reverse saturation current is due to the minority charge carrier and they are very small in number, so we can neglect ICBO and ICIC. The collector current is simply equal to alpha times IE. So we can see that alpha is equal to IC divided by IE. This is very important relation. Alpha is equal to IC by IE. Now what is alpha? Alpha is common base current gain. Alpha is common base current gain, and you already know gain is equal to the output by input. IC is output current and IE is input current, so alpha is the common base current gain, and it is also called as amplification factor. Amplification factor, so these are the two names for alpha, and alpha is between 0.95 to 0.98. This implies 95% to 98% emitter current is the collector current, and this also implies there is 5% recombination in base, and in case there is 2% recombination in base and base current. IB is equal to 1 minus alpha times IE. So these are an important relation that you must note down, and I think this is all for the lecture. If you have any doubt, may ask in comment. In the next lecture I will explain how input and output